Radio Room presents.
Come on. I thought I was done with late night meetings.
On edge, Mr. Bentley?
Jeez, come on, Llama. I didn't survive a dozen shootouts and a nickel up the river to get a heart attack from a guy in a goddamn green robe.
You're lucky to be here at all. I hear that the Death's Head face is back to square one now that his cargo ship exploded in the harbor. You didn't have anything to do with your former employer's near immolation, did you?
You kidding me? After the way things went down, straight and narrow from here on out. Speaking of, let's get this over with.
Is that the place?
Yeah, the one with the boarded up windows and the hole in the roof. An old buddy of mine says some weirdo in a white ruff and doublet's been squatting in there for the last couple of weeks.
That can only be Falstaff.
Is that what he's calling himself? Looks like Henry VIII, you ask me.
Jerome was always one for the grandiose.
That's his real name? Jerome?
He owned a toy store before he became a bank robber. He hid safe keys in the toys and took on the name and guise of the Shakespearean character.
And here I thought naming yourself after an alpaca was weird. Anyway, supposedly Falstaff has turned over a new leaf. And it's only thieving from the thieves. I'm not sure that's wise, you ask me. What with the Giovannis and Weinstein still on a hair trigger. And the cops, well, you know how they feel about vigilantes these days.
A fair point. Consider yourself relieved for the evening.
For the evening? Llama, this was a one-time deal. I've got a real job now.
And retain valuable connections to the underworld. Consider your continued status as my informant as a balancing of the scales for your past exploits. We will speak soon. Mane palme Jerome! You know who it is. Jerome! Keep still! Let me take off your gag. There, now. What happened?
Pray, what doth it look like? Someone knocked me over the head, and when I awoke, I found myself hanging upside down from the rafters.
Who did this to you?
A succubus, miniature in form. I did not get a look at her face, but bedecked was she in a costume. It is her, upstairs.
Mane palme Show yourself!
Oh my god. I heard the rumors, but I didn't believe them. It's true! You're back!
Step out of the shadows.
It's okay. I'm not armed. Well, unless you count a couple of clubs as weapons, which, I guess...
I said, step out of the shadows, now!
Oh, it feels like my whole life has been leading up to this. Oh boy. Okay. I can do this. I'm stepping out!
Slowly.
You're really him, aren't you? The Green Lama? You're my hero! I'd ask for your autograph, but I don't have a pen.
Mane padme The Green Lama strikes for justice!
Jethro Dumont has returned to New York after fighting the Nazis on the front lines, only to find the city on the brink of a gang war caused by an unknown mastermind. Now, Dumont must once again use his powers to uncover the truth and prevent a citywide massacre as the Green Lama.
I can't believe it. The Green Lama! In your green robes and everything! Well, sorta. Now it's all... I don't know, form-fitting? You were my hero growing up. I already said that. But both you and her. The Lady Llama that took over for you after you through that train. I'm rambling. I'm sorry. This is just so much. I don't know where to begin. You inspired me to take action while you were off fighting in Europe. I figured I could hold down the fort, do a good turn daily, smack the bad guys, the whole deal.
Please, breathe.
I'm sorry. This is like meeting George Washington, or at least Franklin Roosevelt.
You must be the one the papers dubbed the Riveter.
Psh, don't get me started on the papers. Gave me a terrible name, which is completely different than the one I came up with. You know, I was the one who blew up the cargo for the Death's Head face, but do they give me credit? No! They're saying it...
That was your doing?
Yes?
And I assume you were the one who attacked Nord's shipment the night before.
Quick on the uptake! Of course! I've been on Nord for a while now, ever since he was let out of jail. He was one of your worst enemies, right? That's what Richard Foster's story said, at least. Nord was on the SS Cathay in the case of the man who wasn't there, and then you defeated him and his murder corporation in the case of the Death's Head face. You took him down. You and...
Richard Foster's pulp stories were just that. Stories.
But they were all based on your monographs. Foster even said so in the case of the Crimson Hand, which meant no matter how bizarre the stories were, there was some truth to them, right? But anyway, since you weren't around, I figured I needed to keep tabs on Nord, just in case he got up to his old tricks again.
And did you catch him? Getting up to his old tricks again? Is that why you attacked his men?
I thought he might have set up the Giovanni and Weinstein's war, so I thought I could... I didn't mean for them to put the blame on you. That was the last thing I wanted to do. If I had known it would have meant you having a warrant, I wouldn't... But now, I'm on the real trail. I managed to find a tunnel into the underground in the form of one Eddie Hangnail. Just another low-level runner for the Weinsteins, right? Wrong. He was carrying this on him when Falstaff attacked him. I don't think Falstaff knew who he jumped, but hey, it worked out to our benefit, right? Here, take a look.
This is a
cipher. I know. Falstaff almost tossed it out, but hold it up to the moonlight.
That's a watermark. Of City Hall?
Nothing conclusive yet. Could have come from a cop, the mayor, supervisor of garbage removal, anybody. But it means someone downtown was giving marching orders to the Weinsteins and using Hangnail as a go-between. Good thing he got jumped by Falstaff, right? But without knowing the codex, there's not much we can do. I figure we track down Hangnail, lean on him a little, and he gives up his source.
We?
Yes, exactly. You do the heavy lifting when the bullets start flying, and I fill you in on the whole goings-on while you were away. Sounds keen, right?
No.
Great, let's... What?
I do not approve of your methods. Mass destruction. Leaning. It points to an inexperience in your form.
Well, I mean, okay, but that's why you have to show me the ropes. The way it's done. I bet you
If you would like to help, then remain here. Someone needs to stay with Falstaff until the police arrive.
Right. You probably shouldn't be here when they show up. But wait, I thought you could... Just fly away and leave me here all on my own. No, it's okay. You knew he would just see you like a kid, no matter how much you've been doing while everybody else was in Europe. But don't worry, you'll show him what you can do.
Speaking to thyself, not a sign of a sound mind.
The llama was right about one thing. I've got nothing big on you, Falstaff. So what I'm going to do is cut you free. With a warning. If I catch you robbing anyone again, even other criminals, my inexperience may just trip me up. And the next time, my knife won't be cutting your bonds. Understand, toy man? You won't have anything to play with.
I tell you, Bruno, if it weren't for bad luck, yours truly would have no luck at all. No friends except Jack Daniels. No allies except Philip Morris.
I'm getting pretty sick of your face too, Eddie. You've been swimming in that rut gut for hours. Time you paid your tab and left my bar.
Don't be like that. The Weinsteins are gonna kill me once they found out I lost that package I was supposed to be delivering. A month's rent for one night's work. And all I had to do was hold on to it, keep it safe until I got a call. Instead, I get jumped by a weirdo dressed up like he's out of Shakespeare. Ugh, could this night get any worse?
Whoa, now. Hey, Mr. Llama. We don't want no trouble here.
I am only here for Eddie Hangnail. If you are not him, leave.
Whoa, guys! Wait for me!
I have questions about the Weinsteins. You have answers.
I don't know what you're talking about, Llama.
This cipher.
Cipher? Look, I don't even know what that is, let alone what it means.
This was your message, at least until Falstaff stole it. What does it say? Who is it from?
All I know is I had to pick that up at the corner of Flatbush and Bedford, and then, when I got the call, I had to deliver it to a contact at the Inwood Yards. Opening it would be as bad as failing, so I didn't even peek.
Do not test my patience.
Calm down there, big fella. I've been drinking a lot tonight, and I've got a weak bladder. You keep blooming like that, and I may just do something that neither of us would enjoy, okay? You mind if I hit the John real quick before we continue?
And give you a chance to escape out the window? Not a chance, Eddie.
Who the hell Wait, ain't you the Riveter?
That's not...
We agreed you would stay behind.
We didn't agree to anything. Besides, gone a bit too soft since Germany. Not everybody's a Nazi, but that doesn't mean you go easy on them.
Look, I'm just a schmuck. If you could just let me go.
Maybe I'll drag you to the rooftop first. Let the city see what happens to criminals.
Release him!
You think I'm inexperienced? I know how to handle goons like this.
That's not how it's done. You're a vigilante, not a policeman. You've broken the letter of the law, but that doesn't mean you can live outside it. There's no ego in this. You do what is right because it is right. Torturing a suspect for information crosses the line.
You always sound this sanctimonious, or is it just when you're getting shown up by someone half your age? I guess you haven't lost your reflexes, catching that swing.
Gah!
You forgot I've got 2 clubs. Come on, Llama. Let's see if you've lost a step in your old age.
Stop this at once! We are on the same side. I do not wish...
Yeah, but I do. And since we are not a we... There's the Green Lama I've read about. Quick, strong. Where are your radioactive salts, huh? You gonna try and shock me into unconsciousness? Come on, Llama. Don't hold back. You think 'cause I'm just a kid I can't handle it? But what you've got in experience, I've got in exuberance.
And recklessness.
You're the one who almost let the Death's Head face get away recently. Who let him walk all those years ago. Don't talk to me about letting the bad guy slip through your fingers. Oh, no.
Where is Eddie Hangnail?
I let go of him when and oh no, he must have slipped out through the back.
With the cipher. How could you be so foolish?
Me? You're the one who left the cipher laying around.
Because you were acting like a child.
I was here fighting while you were off playing savior for the whole world.
And I have returned. My city no longer requires you.
Not a chance. I'm getting to the bottom of this cipher business with or without you. Llama, don't you walk away from...
This is your last night as the Riveter. End this masquerade, child. If you don't, then I will.
You can't tell me what to do, Llama. Llama!
All right, Eddie. You've got this. Literally. You have the cipher, you have the locale. And now you're walking around a subway yard at the witching hour, in near pitch black, heart beating 1,000,000 times a minute. And everything is going to be okay. God, why here? Why now?
Because if we need to kill somebody, it's easy to hide the body in the undercarriage of a train.
Hey, I'm unarmed. The train yard's 10 p.m. That was the plan, right, Mr.
You can call me Landis, Mr. Hangnail. And indeed, according to my appointment book, 10 p.m. was the meeting time. But as you said, it is nearly midnight.
Yeah, well, I ran into a little trouble.
Ah, is that so? What kind of trouble?
Oh, nothing I couldn't handle. That fancy boy, Falstaff, I had to take care of him. Yeah, Eddie Hang Nail, more like Eddie Hang Man. I took him out nice and ugly like. After I was done with him, Falstaff looked like a puzzle with half the pieces missing. And he's been pushing off a couple of our boys, see? He got what was coming to him. So maybe you could get your goons to lower their weapons. Or, relax at least. Any of you fellas got a drink?
Your job was to deliver a package to us.
Yeah, right here. You have my payment?
Oh, yeah, we have your payment all right.
Whoa, what's the deal here? I'm getting a little fed up with being grabbed tonight.
You want the usual, boss?
Make it messy.
We had a deal, Landis.
I always pay my debts, but you broke the terms. You're late. The package is open, and your prevarications lead me to believe that you've become a liability. I'm sorry, Mr. Hangman, but this is how we do things uptown. The Green Lama! No. I knew you turned red, Eddie!
I did nothing of the sort. Come on, Llama. You think you can handle me? Come on out.
They're up at the signal tower.
Open fire!
I give the orders up here, moron. Well, what are you waiting for? Take him out! Come on, he's just one guy in tights.
Looks like your men ain't so tough after all, Landis. The llama's making short work of him.
You keep your mouth shut, or
what? What are you gonna do to the guy who already gave the Green Lama the slip once?
The slip? You let him right to us. I'm gonna... Eat leg, Llama!
Isaac Landis, wanted in 4 states, on 20 different charges, ranging from racketeering to fraud.
I'll add a count of murder if you peek your head out again.
But can you find me?
I'm willing to try. I didn't work my way up by being pretty. Trying to sneak up on me, huh? Well, 2 can hide in the shadows. Let's see how far you're willing to go underground.
Not down the tunnel, Landis.
Ow, so chicken, huh? I've been working the yard since I was a kid. I know them like the back of my hand and the schedule, and I'm stuck on the rail.
Landis, let me...
Stay back, Llama. I am almost free.
I'm alive. Eddie Hangman dodges a train and lives again. He even took down Mr. Landis, that no-account chump. Ooh, just a rat. Landis probably bit the dust, but the llama is still out there somewhere. No way he bought it. Wait, what's this? Mr. Landis' appointment book. Well, if Mr. Landis won't abide by his agreement with Eddie Hangman, perhaps the Weinsteins will.
You just wouldn't believe the season this year. You'd think that with all the European talent finally becoming available, we could move on from the understudies that the Metropolitan has been putting on stage. You're right, Daddy. But who are we to judge? After all, we're only the largest donors to the opera. Yes, looking at the city from our modest pied-à-terre, I sometimes forget how small and petty some people are. We who keep the city afloat must rise above it all, must use our wealth responsibly, and that means guiding the city when it needs it, whether it realizes it or not.
Bravo, Esther. Pardon me, Mr. Weinstein, sir.
Oh, Father, don't worry yourself. I can handle this. What is it? And make it snappy. Can't you see we're entertaining here?
There is a man here to see your father, a Mr. Eddie the Hangman.
I keep telling these wise guys to use the back entrance. We have a front to keep up
He was
here.
quite insistent that...
They always are. That's why I pay you to handle them.
But madam, he's already here, and...
Fine. Look after father. And if he has an accident, take care of it before the next course arrives.
And that's how I took down Falstaff, escaped from the Green Lama, and still managed to fulfill my mission, despite Landis dropping the ball. Or should I say, getting railroaded?
This guy, I can't believe it.
You're my security detail, not a knitting circle. What if one of the Giovannis was looking for a way in right now? And you there, Mr. the Hangman, you should know that we have specific rules for our associates, including a dress code. When was that suit made? During the Hayes administration?
Pardon me, Mrs. Weinstein, but I was hoping to...
That's madam to you, sir.
Fine. I'll just be quick about it. I was hired to procure something for your family, only to have been double-crossed by someone in your employ.
I'm sure it was you doing the double crossing and not he. The Weinsteins work above board at all times, even when we're dealing with the underground.
Oh, so this cipher wouldn't have any interest to you?
You're that courier, Eddie Hangnail.
Hangnail is just one of my aliases. I also like being called the Hangman, the Long Island Lover. Right now it's the Ode, as in cash.
That cipher isn't yours to give, so if you don't...
One more step, and I'll rip this in half. I'm thinking that with hazard pay, incidentals, travel expenses, perhaps 1,000% increase in my standard rate will apply.
You don't know who you're dealing with.
You're right. I was expecting Mr. Weinstein, not his floozy of a daughter.
You're very audacious for a man surrounded.
Guns don't scare me. I've stared down the Green Lama and lived to tell the tale. You think you could top me?
No, but I might.
Who?
The Riveter.
Sorry to break up your party. I guess high society is too highfalutin for the likes of me.
Yes, your leather outfit is quite unbecoming, but don't worry. We'll make sure to dress you in something a bit more suitable. Say, a body bag?
And here I thought staking out your headquarters would net me just Eddie here. But I see it's time for a seminar in the failures of crime, woman to woman, featuring my clubs as guest speakers. You boys want a demonstration too? Well, why not? I might as well make this worth my while.
Stop blocking with your faces! Your blood is ruining the carpets! What the?
It's a knife, Esther. Surely you're not so removed from your heritage of thievery to not recognize it when it's at your throat.
You've made a massive mistake, Eddie.
Call me High Roller, because for the first time in my life, I have the upper hand. Now, while that teenage deviant is dealing with your men, why don't you get us out of here? You must have a secret passage. Your father was a bootlegging kingpin, yes?
Just where do you think you're taking me?
We're going to the bank. You know which one I mean.
Alright, let me go. You saved my life, so I brought you here. You don't have to manhandle me anymore. I ain't gonna run, especially now that I know you can drop me from the sky.
Eddie Hangnail was supposed to bring you the cipher, Landis, and you were going to bring it here?
That's what I said, didn't I?
You said you would take me to the criminal bank the Weinsteins were using to help launder their money.
Yeah, the mattress. Like how people used to stuff cash under their mattresses during the Depression.
This is the mattress? I expected something more elaborate. There's nothing but an abandoned pier.
That's the idea. No one's gonna look for something when it's hiding in plain sight.
I'm familiar with the concept. Lead on.
Ha! Alright, I paid my debts. Now let me go. That was the deal.
You have a 2-minute head start. I might suggest turning yourself into the police. I don't think that hiding in the shadows will save you.
You...
That goes for you as well, Riveter. You're not so well hidden as you think.
You couldn't have... How did... I was...
You've been following me for hours, despite what I told you. Do not look so shocked. If you truly did consider me your hero, then you know I have powers that you could not comprehend.
You were my hero. I just saw you let a known criminal walk scot-free.
I would say he's running, by the looks of it. Besides, I'd rather have him tell everyone in the city that the Green Lama maintains his code than put yet another underling behind bars. Perhaps it will even reach the ears of the police. Do you really think we can imprison every person who commits a crime in this city?
Not with that kind of attitude.
Sometimes you must think around a problem.
Yeah, well sometimes you gotta bust some heads, too! You used to sock people's faces in the comics.
Are those really the lessons you took from Foster's stories?
Listen here!
Quiet.
If you're going to lecture me about the right time to use violence, I think I'll skip it.
No. Look. Down there. Walking up the pier.
It's Eddie Hangnail with Esther Weinstein. He's got her at the end of a hidden blade. I thought I lost them after that bloodbath.
Bloodbath?
I followed Hangnail to the Weinsteins. Things got ugly. Oh, don't look at me like that. I didn't kill anyone. Their friendly fire, well, that's another story. It's probably the only reason I made it out. But that's neither here nor there. Right now, I'm going to...
No, Riveter. Hold on. This is the mattress.
The what now?
Since the authorities seized Capone's assets back in the 30s, every major New York gangster has kept a large chunk of their wealth hidden in a secret bank known as the mattress, just in case they get caught. Nobody outside of the underworld has figured out where it was. Until now.
Right. I knew that. So, what do you think we should do? Just let Eddie and Esther waltz in there?
I knew someone like you once, who was willing to dive headfirst into a mob den. You can choose to attack right now. You may succeed, or you may end up dead. Or you could listen to my plan, and if you don't agree with it, you can proceed with yours.
Well, spit it out.
I'll make sure that you get paid. Good. We got a customer.
Indeed. And to what do I owe the pleasure of your company tonight, Madam Weinstein?
I would like to make a withdrawal.
Certainly. If your man would please step back so you can give me the secret passcode.
My man is the reason I'm here. I'm bringing him into the fold.
Very well. In Paris, the cafes are many.
And yet you can never find a seat.
All right. Trump! Get to the winch and pull up number 45R5.
So that's why nobody's ever found it. The safe is at the bottom of the East River.
Inside the dockhouse, if you please. Keep it steady, slow like. We don't want it falling back to the bottom like Willie the Sleepers.
I said I was sorry about that.
You're lucky he wasn't here to see it. Otherwise, you might not be here to see this. Your account, Madam Weinstein. We'll give you and your man some privacy.
Would you be so good as to open it, madame?
Oh, it would be my pleasure. If you would just...
Tut tut! My knife doesn't leave your ribs. Yes! Yes! Look at all that dough! Out of my way, you windbag! Eddie's in charge now! With this cash, I'm gonna... This is worthless! Counterfeit!
Of course it is. I gave them the dummy password. You really should have done a more thorough search before you brought me on this ill-conceived jaunt. Women have more hiding places for weapons than men, you know. And all it took was a moment of distraction to whip it out.
Can you really handle a hand cannon like that?
You think you're the first person I've had in my sights? Besides, the guards outside have my back.
The question is, in the heart or between the eyes, how will the ignoble life of Eddie the Hangman come to an end? Is something funny?
You think you can outwit Eddie the Brain? Eddie is fearless. Eddie doesn't fear death.
Well, that's good, because Eddie is going to die. What the?
Hey, who put out the lights?
You brute!
Well, get off me, you crazy broad. I ain't above punching a woman.
I'll make sure you pay for that.
I'd like to see you try, you bill.
My gun!
Let go of that gun!
No, wait. You're gonna get yours, Eddie, one way or another. You're a two-bit nobody.
Maybe, but Eddie's the man with the gun.
You idiot! You hit the gas line!
All part of my exit strategy. What's this?
What's it look like? A pair of heroes taking down a load of zeros.
No, those gold coins, and they're Eddie's now.
Hey, the dweeb's going for the pay box. Somebody shoot him before the entire pier goes up.
I'll help you with that, good sir. All a part of my Vigilante Super Deluxe package.
Get off! This is Eddie's gold. You can't have any.
Forget it, moron. Now, I'm gonna drag you to safety whether you like it or not. The only question is if you're gonna be conscious or...
Eddie Moneybags wins again!
Don't worry about me. The pier's gonna explode any second. You have to get to... Yeah, thanks. My pops never taught me to swim.
How did you manage to escape from the Death Hand Face's barge?
Well, my dad did have a dinghy with an outboard motor.
Well, back to shore. You're safe. But without the cipher. Riveter, I should apologize. I nearly got you killed. And we didn't even get what we came for.
Come on. Don't cry.
The cipher.
I lifted it from Eddie while he was wallowing in his money. It's a little soggy, but the cipher is still visible.
And you don't want to keep it for yourself?
I'm good at two things, and neither of them are decoding secret messages. You spent some time in Europe. You work on anything like this there?
I spent some time working with British intelligence developing KPTAs for the Project Ultra, though I had little to do with the real cryptographic work on Enigma.
Yeah, exactly. Besides the mattresses and the drink, the Weinsteins have been shown up to high society, and the cops are coming to pick up a few goons for playing with fireworks on an abandoned pier. You should probably get out of here before they see you.
As should you. It seems we did well, after all.
We?
Yes. We.
You know, they say you should never meet your heroes.
Then consider me simply an ally. I have not always had the best interactions with other vigilantes, but perhaps you would like to collaborate on this. After I work through it with my associates, of course.
Allies, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I can get behind that. If we're working together, then I suppose I should tell you my name.
No. Keep your identity a secret, for now. The threat against this city is larger than either of us. The less we know about each other, the more we protect ourselves, and the more dangerous we are to our enemies.
Fair enough. Guess you can just keep calling me the Riveter, then. Everybody else does.
Very well, Riveter. A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Eddie the Mastermind is back in Park Slope. Sure, it doesn't look like much now, but when he is through with it, it'll be a mecca for wise guys. Eddie thinks he'll go into real estate. Buy up a bunch of properties, corner the market, force the price up, then dump them all at once. He'll make a killing. Then when the price plummets, Eddie the Mastermind can rebuy for pennies on the dollar. Ah, what dreams may come. What? Falstaff? You again? Why don't you beat it, or else Eddie the Bonebreaker will crack your skull like he did the last time?
Oh, what tangled webs we weave when we first practice to deceive. Such a lie and an insult requires satisfaction.
You just try it. Put up your dukes.
I'll use my rapier, with your pardon. Now, what is in thine purse? Allow me to open it for you. Ho, 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 ho. Gold coins galore. Too heavy for you. But do not worry. I shall relieve you of them.
You can't have it. Big Time Eddie worked hard for this. He is...
All sound and fury, signifying nothing. And if you don't stand back while I collect this gilded coinage, you'll find that your words are indeed nowhere near as sharp as my sword.
You can't do this, Falstaff. Not after the night Eddie has had.
The Riveter did say she'd have my hide if I returned to my life of crime. But I don't think one more job would hurt. Who would tell her? You?
You'll get yours, Falstaff.
Mayhaps. But tonight, I dine and drink as a lord!
And meanwhile, Eddie Hangnail is back where I started. Literally. Without even my delusions of grandeur.
The Green Lama, Episode 3, New Allies. Written by Steele Philippek. The Green Lama created by Kendall Foster Crossan. Produced by Adam Lance Garcia. Directed by Steele Philippek. Sound design by Steele Philippek and Josh Wilson. Music by Brian Matolius. Featuring the vocal talents of Gianmarco Ceresi, Sarah Smithton, Maggie Lovett, Scott Thomas, Alfonso Giansanti, Jack Bacone, Alex Poland, Steele Philippek, and Adam Lance Garcia. The Green Lama is used by permission of Kendra Crossan Burroughs, all rights reserved. On the next episode...
Was that...
It's Councilman Milligan! He's been shot!
Guards! Get this place locked up. No one in or out. The shooter might still be in here with us.
Are you mad, Caraway? You can't expect us to just go back in there when there's a killer in there. The shooter already killed Milligan. What's going to stop him from killing any one of us? We're politicians.
I'm here to tell you that one of you is a big, dumb murderer. And I'm going to find out who. Stay tuned.